I just want to make sure this email is. Okay.
And action. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Couch Talks. It's our Q&A episode to the Feeling Things podcast. I'm Amy.
And I'm.
Okay. Action.
Start over.
Happy Thursday. Welcome to Couch Talks. This is our Q&A episode to our Feeling Things podcast. I'm Amy.
And I'm Kat. And quick disclaimer before we get started that although we're going to answer your questions today, this does not serve as a replacement or a substitute for actual mental health services. So don't sue us.
Mental health services, aka
Therapy. Well, there's other types of services: psychologist, a psychiatrist.
Oh, true.
Behavioral analyst.
Could you imagine if we were able to prescribe medicine through here?
I can't prescribe medicine.
I know, but if we could, because it's psychiatrists.
Yeah, they wrote me an email. I'm like, you need Xanax.
We're like, double tap here for this pill.
No, sorry.
I feel like the future, that could be something like,
oh, yes.
in the future where it's just like double tap and then like this little drone shows up at your house and drops off a pill. And then you wake up and it's like a month has passed and you're like, sweet. What? You don't, what?
Wait.
Maybe you just need to disappear from your life for a little bit.
I thought you were going to say in the future you can just like order drugs online and they'll show up at your door. And I'm like, well,
That's
you can kind of do that now.
Yeah.
But you mean the pill is that you skip a month of your life?
Who knows? Maybe we just all lay down and go to bed and live our life through a simulation.
We could be doing that right now. We don't know it.
I know. Isn't that crazy to think about?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But no, we're here.
This is supposed to be making people feel better.
Pinch me. We're here. You know how I know we're really here is because we're doing stupid things like putting Sharpies on our lips. Have you seen that trend?
When you say we
as in society.
Okay.
Women
Women
are putting Sharpie markers on their lips, like they're getting coral and pink Sharpie markers and outlining their lips so that their lip liner lasts longer. And dermatologists and even Sharpie, the company itself, they've had to put out statements saying, stop doing this. It's not safe.
That's like eating a Sharpie.
Well, you're only doing your liner. To be fair, you're not.
I lick my lips.
True. If
Just
you
did
lick
it.
your lips, then that's going to be a problem. But it's to help have that liner look for longer. And I'm like, why don't you just get the lip stain like I did? I finally ordered that stuff. I think I've talked to you about it because one day I left it on for too long and my liner was way too dark.
Yeah.
But the sweet spot is about 10 minutes. That I think Wonder Skin is the popular brand, but I didn't even order that one. Someone else had posted a different one on Instagram and I clicked that link and bought it. So I don't even know the brand that I ordered. But you put it on and then it peels off. I don't know what kind of chemicals are happening in there.
Okay, but because we have those things, are people using Sharpie because it's cheaper?
I guess more convenient.
I've seen TikToks of people drawing on their face with Sharpie and then being like, I'm going to show you how good this concealer is.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Like
they'll color on their face with Sharpie. And then they're like, I'm gonna prove to you that this concealer really works. And then they cover it up with concealer, the Sharpie. But I'm like, you just covered on your face with permanent marker like a lot.
I can't think of a single foundation or any type of coverage that I own that would cover a Sharpie marker. Like you'd have to put that stuff on thick.
Well, maybe not these special ones, but also like, I don't know that you need that right now. But also, they're probably getting a lot of views, so maybe it's worth it for them. I mean, I watched it. Like her face, she's coloring her face with Sharpie.
I know no listeners even emailed in asking about this. It was top of mind for me, so I had to share it with you. I didn't know if you had seen it because we're going to do a listener Q&A.
Yeah,
it's not like why people don't come to us for our makeup tips.
They come to us for, but
although I do have my brows down.
Would you do Sharpie lips?
No.
Okay.
No, especially since dermatologists and Sharpie itself. Like you think Sharpie's like, sweet, we're selling more markers because girls were running out buying coral and pink Sharpies. But even they were like, let's not do this. Let's not put the Sharpies on our lips.
Yeah.
But it also just goes to show like one person probably did that once as like a joke on TikTok and then it spreads and people are like, oh.
Or maybe
I'm gonna
not
do
even a
this.
joke. She's just like, oh, would be get views.
Oh, true.
You know, like I'm going to do, that's the whole thing of social media. The things that get views are the things that are very like, oh my gosh. And if I saw somebody drawing on her face with Sharpie, obviously I watched it, especially I haven't seen the lip one. If I saw somebody doing that, I'd be like, what's she doing?
Maybe I could get Sharpie and draw my brows on. Just go get a
That seems less bad for you than your lips. But okay, I don't think Sharpie is the look you're going for.
No, because they make those fine tip Sharpies in like a light brown. And
Okay.
then when I swim, it won't come off.
This conversation is backfiring on you.
I don't know. And I won't taste it. Like it's not gonna go through my mouth. So
But if you mess up, if you make a bad stroke, what are you gonna do?
rubbing alcohol or nail polish remover, what would take it
Put
off?
acetone on my eyebrow.
That'd probably be bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I still am in my week of brow issues, but we'll get past it all.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna change lanes before you start ordering thin tipped Sharpies.
Okay.
And read you our question today. I'm interested what your feedback is gonna be on this, because you're gonna say that you're not the expert on this, but you actually know how to do this. Okay.
Okay.
So this comes from Cinthia. She says, I've been listening to the Bobby Bones Show since before you guys moved to country music. Kat, I've become a fan over the last few weeks of listening to you both on Feeling Things. Thank you. I'm warming up to the idea of therapy. However, I have no idea what to look for in a therapist or where to even start. I trust that you both have done the legwork on the good, the bad, and the ugly on this topic. Can you please help guide me?
What are you trying to say? Like I'm an expert because I've had a lot of therapy?
No. I'm saying that you have had to do this before.
Yeah, I've had to do it not only for myself, vetted therapists for myself. I vetted therapists for couples therapy when my husband and I were in it, and divorcing. We knew we were divorcing, but we were using the therapist, to figure out if we were going to get divorced. And then once we realized we were going to get divorced, we used it for co-parenting. And then also therapists for my kids. So you're right. Yeah, I do have a little bit of experience. And I think it's something you just have to try out. And then you have to see how comfortable you feel. And talking to others has been very helpful for me. Like I would ask you, not everybody has a best friend that's a therapist though, that they could go to and be like, hey, do you have any recommendations for this? But if you have family or friends that are in therapy, I don't know that I'd recommend going to their exact therapist, but it's like, do you know of anybody or have you worked with anybody? If it's for your kids, that's very helpful because you never know. Other people may be like, oh my gosh, this therapist helped change our lives. Now, does that mean that therapist could help change your life? You don't know. But I think it's always good to have some word of mouth around somebody. But then if that runs the risk of you going to someone that your friends or family go to, then it's like, you may not want to do that at all. Right?
Speaking of, yes, this is a brain. I have to say this. Kim Kardashian and Khloe Kardashian go to the same therapist.
I wonder if they have some sort of a thing with the therapist where it's like you're allowed to take information that you know of our parents to help both of us. Would that be helpful?
There has to be some agreement, but I think there's two thoughts I'm having about that. One, that has to be so confusing for the therapist if they don't have that agreement, because she's going to have to remember, what did I learn from you and what did I learn from you? And I cannot mix those things up, because if I start saying something that you have never told me, that could be a problem in many different ways. But the other thing is like, that's just messy in the sense that what if they're in a fight with each other and they're both coming to you saying, you're getting this story, then you're getting this story. Then you can't really be unbiased because you have more. It's very sticky. And therapists get in those situations on accident, I think, from time to time, because especially if you are living in a small town, like there's maybe not a different therapist for everybody, but they live in California. I'm sure there's plenty of therapists, and they willingly went to the same one. I think one of them was seeing them first and recommended them. It just feels so
like
complicated.
That could get tricky. It's almost like maybe that therapist could become more of like a mediator if there was like a big family drama situation that happened.
And there's one thing if you're doing family therapy, but I would not want if my sister asked me for a therapist, I would never give her my therapist. That's mine.
Yeah. And you want to be able to like say things and feel like, okay, this is safe.
Yes.
And it's kind of fun when your therapist has no idea who you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Fun's not the right word. Free, more freeing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said fun.
Yeah. Well, I guess it is.
Yeah, it makes therapy, I guess talking about it feels more free, and free can be fun. Maybe that's where my brain was going with that, but fun. Therapy is not what I would describe as fun.
Yeah.
But it is worth it, and it can make your life more fun because you overall are a healthier person. So I think it's amazing that you're wanting to find a therapist. It is a little trial and error though. It's some word of mouth talk. It's some, maybe you cold call some people, and then you just got to go give it a go.
Yeah. You said most of the things that I would say to anybody if they're looking for a therapist. That one, know what you want to work on. This is a big thing because...
Oh, I didn't say that. Yeah, that's a good point because they could specialize.
Mm-hmm. And not every therapist, if you're seeing somebody for one thing and you love your therapist, that might not mean she would be good for what I'm looking for. So like know what you're looking for and know that not all therapists specialize in the same things and know all the same things. There's plenty of stuff that I don't know I would not be a good fit for. And just a word to the wise. If you ever see a therapist or her website or if she's listed somewhere and she has everything under the sun written down that she works with and she specializes in, that's a no-go because there's no way you can specialize and know everything about all those things. You don't want that. That's more so like she wants people to think or they want somebody to think that she would be a good fit for anybody, you know?
Yeah, I agree. I've gone to specialists. Yeah, I think that's wise. Yeah.
So no, were you going to?
Well, I think I was going to say, yeah, I think her just sitting down, what does she want to do? I think I was going to say I'd used eating disorder therapists.
Yeah.
And then because I have adopted kids, therapists that work with a lot of adopted kids or kids that lived in orphanages or have a particular type of trauma. Like it's great when they specialize in that stuff.
But it could be as simple as like I am in my like for me, not my current therapist, my last one when I was in my 20s, I wanted to work. I was single. I wanted to talk about that. I wanted somebody who I'd be able to relate to a little bit, but I wanted somebody who was a little bit older than me, so I didn't want somebody my same age. I think it's also a little different because I am a therapist, so I do want somebody with more experience than me. So those things also went into it. Like I had a therapist that was like in her 60s when I was in college, and I liked that for that time in my life. But then this time I wanted somebody who, if I was talking about Instagram, she would know what I was talking about. So just, yes, what you want them to specialize in, but like, what's the vibe you're looking for? Too?
Yeah. Are you looking for like a motherly or a grandma?
Do you want someone who's really direct?
Or do you want someone that's your age?
Yeah.
That's like more of like a peer?
Yeah. Do you want a female or a male? Like,
I would want a female.
Yeah, I've always had.
If I'm a female, I want a female therapist, a female doctor, a female gynecologist, a female everything.
Yeah, and some people want a man.
Wouldn't you be worried? I just feel like when you're creating that type of a close, intimate relationship, like, I don't know, maybe this is from my childhood.
They would fall in love with you?
So, no. But my mom had some friends where the guy was the therapist and he ended up having a relationship with a client and then he lost his license. And it was really tragic because it totally disrupted their entire lives because their well-being was now gone. They were then trying to work on their marriage and save it, but he had no job. And I think he did have to go serve jail time.
Oh, okay. Well, people lose their licenses for that for sure.
Which I don't know why there would be. I mean, would they go to jail though?
Well, if he assaulted and
I don't think it was like that.
Okay.
I think it was consensual.
Oh, well then I don't think you don't go to jail for that. You lose your license and you might not be able to practice ever again. Sometimes people just get like
what about
fine.
In the state of Texas though?
Oh, I don't know. I guess I don't know.
Different down
there.
Yeah,
you do. But, I mean, that's not the norm though.
I know,
an opposite gendered therapist can actually be depending on what you need, that could be very healing for you. Like for
okay.
Yeah. So
Okay, so don't listen to me. At
yeah,
all.
like if I wasn't able, like if I grew up around all emotionally unavailable men, it could be really helpful for me to learn, because I could learn how to have a secure relationship with a guy through my therapist, but also that would be part of the conversation, because there could be some transference around like, well, now I feel like I'm falling in love with you.
What is transference?
Like if a client is having some, like, you're my therapist, if I start like feeling like you're my mom, right?
Oh, I thought you were going to say fantasizing about me.
No, but and then there's countertransference, where if like you're doing it towards the client, like if you're the therapist and I'm the client and I'm triggering something in you in your own life, that's like countertransference. So it's something that therapists will talk about in their own therapy and their supervision, and also that's something that hopefully you bring up as the client if you're having that experience with your therapist.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, back to the tips. So know what you want. And then I am word of mouth. If you can ask for referrals, not even just for somebody else's therapist, but if you love your therapist, hey, Amy, I'm looking for a therapist that does this. I want in-person therapy. I want it to be a woman. Can you ask your therapist if she has any recommendations? That is the best route to go, because the therapists have their network of other therapists, you know?
True.
So that would be what I would do first. And then if you don't have that ability, Google it, read their websites, like read their bios, see if you like their vibe, schedule an appointment. Now, I would give it more than one go, because sometimes an intake is kind of like, where did you grow up? What was your mom like? Like, it's just very like a lot of questions. And it's just kind of getting to know each other in the process. And so I would give it maybe one or two or three before you're like, that's not the right person, unless something is glaringly wrong. And also, I think it's okay to try out more than one at a time.
What?
Yeah, it's like dating.
Like seeing two therapists at once?
Well, not long
like
term.
on Tuesday, you go to
Cindy, and on Wednesday I go to Becky.
I was thinking Cindy. No. Before what? Cindy was the name, and I was like, why am I going to say Cindy?
Oh,
and
I
then
think
you
it's
said Cindy.
Well, I think it's because the listener's name is Cinthia.
No, that's not why, because I wasn't even thinking that.
I don't. Okay, well then maybe we just love the name Cindy.
I just like that we both were going to say Cindy.
Yeah.
That's, I don't know. It just makes me feel like in sync with you and having transference.
Good job. That's not really what it means.
I know. I was just making a joke. But
I think, yeah.
So you go see Cindy on Tuesday, and then maybe the next Tuesday you see Linda. Mm-hmm. And then the next Tuesday you go back to Cindy, because a lot of people, they're probably not going to pay for multiple sessions a week or have that time. But like if you were wanting to go to therapy once a week anyways, then maybe you just like split it up.
If you have the ability to do that. I don't think that's bad or wrong, especially if you don't really know what you're looking for. The last time I found a therapist, I found two people. I scheduled 2 appointments, and then I went to the first one and I loved her. And then I had a phone consult with the other one. And I did not like her, but I was like, oh, I think that I had a better rapport with this person. So I'm just going to continue to see her. And if it doesn't work out, then I'll go to this other person.
So if you're testing it out with Cindy and Linda, and you go back and forth, and then you decide on Cindy, but you don't ever tell them you're doing it. But then once you've decided on Cindy, do you go and you're like, hey, Cindy?
I'm breaking up with you.
No, Cindy is who you chose. You don't want to hurt Linda's feelings, but to Cindy, you could be like, just so you know, I've been seeing another therapist too, but you win. That would make her feel good.
Because you would want, yeah.
I just feel like
I have had clients do that, but also I'm sure that clients have done that and not told me too.
Yeah. And you've had clients that probably have not chosen
me. Yeah. No, never.
You're perfect.
I'm sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I've had clients who have come for like a couple sessions and never come back. And sometimes people come for a couple sessions, you never hear from them again. 3 years later, they email you.
Are they like, hey, remember me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And maybe they just weren't ready at that time. Or maybe they went and saw Cindy for a little bit and they're like, okay, I want to see what you got now. Mm-hmm. So
have you ever been like out at a bar or at dinner or you're like with your girlfriends or Patrick, let's say you're at some, not that you and Patrick just go like hang out at bars, but like you're at a fun thing. You know, sometimes you do and you take little
Sometimes we go to bars. Why are you acting like that's so weird?
Well, I don't know, because you're a therapist. I'm trying
Therapists are real people too.
I know. Sometimes you're not as professional as like, I'm trying to make sure you still look professional as I paint this hypothetical. This was out of respect for you.
It's not like I'm like blacked out at a bar.
No.
Okay.
You're just at a bar though.
Yeah.
Have you ever been like at a bar and you're drinking, you're having fun and you're like, wow. And then you like see a client? Oh, what do? Duck.
Well, you can't say anything. Like,
I know,
I can't
but
say
like
anything
now
unless
they've seen you. Are
be
you
a
like,
person.
oh, they're seeing me be a person right now?
Yeah.
As long as you're being a normal person, I guess it's fine.
I think there's always, and I'm sure my clients have seen me and I have no idea too. I'm sure that's happened because if I saw my therapist out, I'm talking about me. If I saw my therapist out and I was drinking or I was just like, I don't know, just doing anything, I don't really want to go up and, no offense to her, but I'm not trying to go hang out with her. So I think I'd be like, Patrick, let's go this way. You know, it just, you can't, I wouldn't feel comfortable. Yeah. So I'm sure my clients have done that. And sometimes they tell me, sometimes they don't. Sometimes clients will go up to you and be like, oh my God, Catherine, this is my best friend, Amy, and this is whatever. Yeah.
But you don't say.
I can't say anything.
But if they say, this is my therapist,
yes.
Do you just say like, like, because you're like, yeah, what she said. Because you can't really admit it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I don't know what got me curious about that. I guess you're never really acting ridiculous, you know? Like if I were to see my therapist out and they were acting a fool,
like
that
dancing
would be
on a table,
concerning.
Yeah.
I mean, dancing on the table, you can still have fun. But like if they were like throwing a tantrum or having a fit or stumbling.
Yelling at the management.
Yeah. I'd be like, oh shoot. Where's Linda? Cindy, this is not going to work.
This is where it ends.
Yeah, we're done. Okay, well, good luck, Cinthia.
Yeah. Hope you find your Cindy.
Yeah, or your Linda. Or your cat.
Or your Amy. Okay. Right. Well, thanks for your question. And if you guys have questions, you can email us feelingthingspodcast.com. Put Couch Talks in the subject. So then we know that that's what that is and it doesn't get lost. And then follow us on Instagram.
Feeling Things Podcast is our Instagram handle, TikTok, and YouTube. So it's pretty easy to find.
Yeah, follow us on YouTube.
And then you can also call us if you want to leave voicemail, 877-207-2077. And we hope you're having the day
you need to have.
Bye.
Bye.